What's the best way to handle profits at the table? Well, there's really a couple of options, right? One is going to be this sort of compound interest way of doing it, where you're always reinvesting your profits to get higher bets and more spread as you win. The second option is more simple, more conservative. Just stack it, stack it, stack it, and stash it away. Make sure you walk away with your goal profit. So let's take a look at those two methods compared and see which way works out better for you based on your betting and playing style. I'm John. This is ProCraps. Let's get after it. What I wanted to talk about was this topic, which was handling your wins. And I titled today's show, Rockin' the Rack. And the reason why is not because I want to get into like pure rack management, but I want to talk about sort of the way that you view your bankroll in the course of winning. And let's hope that you win, right? Let's hope that we all win. And what do you do with your wins, right? And I'm going to put Vince's comment up here because it's relevant to the previous talk, but not now, but I'm going to use Vince's name. Vince says his mom had cancer and his cousin, they both said, F cancer, F the pills, and they eat pasta, beans, and drink Italian wine. That's fantastic. I love the Italian spirit. My grandfather was a bottle of red, the Dago red, and the hard. He would buy Italian loaves, or my grandmother would make it, but in the later days, they would buy it. Let the bread dry out. He would like cut it in half and let it dry, and then just dip it in his wine. And he would just sit there and dip bread in wine and drink a bottle of wine through bread every day. Fantastic. Anyway, that's the interesting comment. But Vince, when Vince plays craps, right? I've watched Vince play. I played against Vince a couple of times in these little random challenges. Vince is an all-in guy, right? Vince is like, here's my entire, the mortgage payments going out on the table, especially in a tournament setting when it's funny money. Vince's mentality is let's just play it all out there. But in real life, when you go to the casino with your $500 or whatever you bought in for, and you win a little bit, what are you doing with that money? That's what I want to know here. What are you doing? And again, yesterday I asked you, what kind of player are you? Are you the aggressive type? Are you the conservative type? Are you looking to win a little bit? Are you looking to make a mortgage payment? Are you looking to hit a home run? Whatever. This topic today is building on that, which is how do you handle your wins in your rack? I've been a proponent for a long time of if I'm playing a strategy, and I don't always do this, but if I'm playing a strategy that's got a set number of bets or amounts that I'm going to play per shooter, okay, I bring enough for 10. We'll take the horseman as an example. Let's say that I'm going to go with a $15 place bet or $15 don't pass bet, and then three $10 come bets. Well, how much is that? 25, 35, 45, $55. I need $550 to come to the casino with, to play that 10 times. Let's say that works and I win. Let's say that it works, or let's even take a smaller scale, $25 don't pass and two $10 come bets. It's $45, it's $450. That stays in about the $500 range. That's your strategy, great. Let's say you win $100 with the strategy. What are you doing in your rack? And here's the three options that I can present to you, right? One, keep on playing. You got like I set my rack up with my profit center and just keep on playing and trying to build that profit as I go. And it's like my bankroll, my profit stacks are growing and shrinking at different rates. I try to keep the bankroll stack sane. You're keeping the same spread, your same bet size, your same approach, and you're racking them profits and you're locking it up, okay? Another way to approach this is to completely reset the rack at your goal. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I'm going to show you that system today, the reset the rack system, which is, it's kind of like the keep playing, but it's a little bit different in terms of your bet leveling. And the other option is to do like a compound interest kind of a thing. Okay, compound it by saying, well, once I hit goal, let me reevaluate my bank and I can then adjust my bet size, or I can adopt a slightly different strategy. And I'll show you what I mean by that too. If I start with 500 and I win 100 and now I'm betting 6, and then I win 100 and now I'm betting 7, well, guess what? At $700, I can do higher bets, or I can stay lower and I can start laddering a little more aggressively. I can do a ladder parlay and actually try and hammer it with a bigger bankroll. So how do you use your bankroll? Are you stuffing it in your pocket? Some people like to say, when I get to a certain number, my wife rolls up and takes my blacks and puts them in her purse, right? That's a way to play. which means you're doing the middle. You're resetting your rack every time, right? Or are you reinvesting it completely every time? And maybe not putting the whole rack out on the table, but are you reinvesting the profits that you got? So I want to head back to our table here and let's simulate a win. And let's see what these two goals look like and see how they can work. First things first, we're going to simulate a win. And what I've got in the rack there, it's kind of a mess. But in the rack, I've got, hold on a second. There we go. I've got two bankrolls. I got a top bankroll and a bottom bankroll. And the difference is only how they're going to handle their wins. They're going to play the exact same strategy. We're not doing anything different, really. They both got $500 in their rack. Now, let's say through the course, I'm going to simulate this first part. Through the course of play, they both won $100. Okay, which is great. Whatever we were doing, let's just say it's the horseman, because the horseman's easy to roll out, and I can get results quick with it either way. Lots of things we can do here. Okay, they each win $100. Player one in the back takes that black chip. Player two takes the black chip, and they do different things with it. So back here, one player is going to say, I'm just going to reset my rack. I've got my $100. I'm going to take this black chip and literally put it in my pocket. It's like it doesn't even exist. You can put it over here in the profit section. I'm never going to touch it again. It's done. They're going to use their whole $500. They're going to put the whole thing at risk as they play for the goal of winning a single $100. That's their goal for the day. They've hit their goal. What do you do here? Well, you reset your rack. You go back to 500 and you start over again. You start over with the same strategy at $500, and you've racked one. You're looking to rack a second black chip and keep building that profit up. I've been preaching this way for a long time, right? Keep this thing solid, keep building your profit. Keep this thing solid, keep building your profit, rinse and repeat, and walk out of here a winner. This guy in the front, however, is going to take a different approach, okay? With $100, okay, he's got, technically speaking, we'll say 5 shooters worth. He's got 5 shooters with four 25-hour chips in it, same as this guy. Okay, he's going to take the 100 in reds. We're going to do 5 groups of 4 red chips. That's $100. 5 times 4 is 20. Take that, and guess what he's going to do? He's going to give each shooter a little bit more juice. This is going to be the reinvestment strategy. This is going to be, let's take our winnings and not pocket them. Let's take our winnings and reinvest them this way. We're going to increase our horsepower. So here, we're looking at the same bet, trying to win $100 again, the same bet level. Here, now I've got more buying power, right? By taking the $100 win and rolling it into 5 new shooters, we're both going to start over again with 5 new shooters in the rack. However, this guy now can play $120 per shooter versus $100 per shooter. And so his buying power grows up. This guy here is limited to maybe doing, like we did earlier today, maybe he's going to do $100 inside, where this guy here can go 110 inside. This guy here can actually do this, or the guy in the front rather. Let's put him in the back. He's limited to this. The guy in the front can do the same thing, plus grab the 4 and 10. He has more buying power. He can grab 2 more numbers, 2 more targets. He can take this and get a proper 6 and 8 and some hard ways. He can do this, plus take 2 cracks at a field parlay, okay? With the extra $20, he's got options that this player doesn't have. This player here is just trying to catch fire a second time, okay? So how do you handle your wins? Again, you can work your rack a number of different ways to get to this point. Once you're at this point, that's what I want to explore here today. So let's go ahead and set these 2 up with a system kind of like this. Now I can do this, or we can do the horseman. It doesn't matter which one we do. I'm going to actually do something simple. I think we'll just do inside betting, just real simple inside betting. We'll do 100 inside here. We're going to do 100 inside here, but he's going to grab extra numbers. That's how we're going to play this. We're going to grab the outsides here. An option at this level 2 is to go 64 across, right? And have another full $60 that he could actually go ahead and pressure numbers as they lose, right? So there's things he can do to power press. But let's leave the puck off. Let's come out And let's watch these two guys play it at a slightly different level. And again, you could have easily done this and increased the inside bets too to 30, 30, 30, 30. Interesting play. Same bets, different level, right? Again, your buying power increased because you reinvested your profit versus pocketing the profit. What we're going to do is play this out. I want to look at the end of a couple of rolls here, the difference in bankroll overall versus somebody sticking to their guns and somebody reinvesting it all more aggressively. And again, this is going to play into the kind of player that you think you are. So let's go ahead and roll randomly here. We'll get some points established, like so. That's going to be a 3-1-4 to get started with. And here's our first point. I'm just going to roll random today and just see how these two players play. We're going to do simple pressing in here. I'm just going to do probably like an inside out kind of thing, and we'll collect up. Or we can do, we can do the 22 inside. Let's just do the 22 inside. Let's just do the permanent press because it's fun. Permanent press, 3 hits and down. We'll do that. There's a 6 for both players. So here's going to be your first bit of difference is going to be this. $35 for the guy in the front and $29 for the guy in the back. Okay. So that's going to be your first difference is the payout. Okay. We're going to get where we want to get a little quicker here and also bring back some profits faster. I'm going to get this done in reds and whites. He's going to go 22 and bring back the 13 to his rack. Let's get him pressed up. Here's your first 22 inside press. Same thing for the guy in the back. He's going to take the green. He's going to get 5 reds. He's also going to go a 22 press, but he's only bringing back $7 to his rack. So here again, we're a whole level up. The player in front is an entire level higher than the guy in the back is. That's one hit, not bad. 426. Let me log that in. All right, here we go. 314. Nobody's on the 314. Puck is going to be off, as will be our bets. Let's get a new point. Wow, look at that. Another 4. 3-1. Where's Waylon? I can hear Waylon screaming in the chat right now. Right? That's 3 4s out of 4 rolls, and Waylon just paid his mortgage off with that one, right? Interesting. All right, there's a 5. So the new point is 4. That was a 5 on the hit. So again, here we are at 35. Okay. That pays 40. Let's see. Why am I losing my train of thought? It's going to pay 50 for 1. Let's do it like this. I'm actually going to pay the 49, like so. I need the 1s for later. So he's going to get 49 for his 5. The guy in the back here is going to get 42. All right, 30 pays 42. 25. So a little bit behind for the man in the back. And again, here we go. We're going to press again by 22. There's 22. He's going to bring back a quarter, $27. Let's get pressed up. And he's now at 42 on the 6 and 8 and 40 on the 5 and 9. The guy in the back, same thing. He's going to press. He's going to take a quarter back, drop a nickel out there, and get the same action. This won't seem very dramatic until the next one, okay? Let me log in that 325, by the way. So here we are. We went from 110-ish inside, right? And we've taken our 3 hits, right? We're at the 3-hit level. We got hit on the 6, hit on the 5. We actually have one more hit to get, and then we can call these bets down, and we'll see where we stand in the racks. Okay, here we go. 325. Next one coming. 426. Awesome. Rolling good today. 426. So again, here we are at 42 in the front, right? That's going to pay for him 50 for 1 and come down. Okay, we'll take a look at him in a second here. In the back, he's at 36. I have one too many whites on there. I'm sorry. I miscounted before. He's at 36 in the back. That'll pay 42. All right. So let's bring both players off. The puck is fine. I'll mark the 6 up, by the way, 426. And let's do the math real quick and see where these two guys actually landed. He went out with 110 inside, right? Actually with 120. If we take him out, there's 100 and there's his 120 that he started that round with. I think we're damn close to $100 in here, or we're at least knocking on the door of it. Let's see. There's a nickel. So there is 2 greens. So he's won 125, 135, 136. Here was the initial 120 that he put out there. And plus he's got this in his rack. Okay. I'm doing this out here so I have room to do it, but in reality, here's where we landed. Let's put him back together. There's 120. That's what he started with on that last round. Okay. What he has left here can now be rolled into these wins, right? We can roll this $55 in and increase these each by $10. I have 5 shots there. I'll make it look like 50. We can take these back here. And we can take this and now make each of these look like $80. Okay, $130 for each one of them. So his buying power just went up. And if I do this every time, now he's at 180, or 130 for each shot. He's doing great. This other guy back here, again, started out with this simple bet of 100 across, 100 inside. His profit following that is, again, 150, which he can put back in his rack. And now he's got locked up another black chip. So he's put a black chip in lock plus a couple of bucks over here. And we'll put him back. Let's get him back to his, I didn't put him back actually to his starting point, my fault. Oh, sorry, it's already out there. There's his starting bankroll. So he's locked up 175. So his 175 is in the locker. Okay, we can take, again, we'll take the 5 whites out of here. And he's in lockdown mode. He's got his 175 or 275 locked up and going home. This guy here is still playing with more money per shot. So we come back out here on a new point. Let's let this guy 7 out. There it is. That's good. Thank you for happening right away. 527. Now when we come out, let's get a new point. 9, 6 and a 3, 6 and a 3. Now we come out, look at the buying power difference. Again, we're gonna come here, again with his little 100 inside bet. And over here, we've got more. He can go, now he's got extra reds, right? We can go higher on the 5 and 9. They can go right to 35. Right, they're gonna go right into making $49 off the bat on the 5 and 9. His 6 and 8 are leveled up where they ought to be at a $30 good, quote unquote, good bet. We can also start at the same level and grab other numbers. But let's do it like this. Let's just get proper bets. And if we can get some 5s and 9s, you'll see that this guy here will accelerate his profit building a little more than this guy can, because he's always going to be just at that same level. And if we can level up a second time, you'll see that he's going to get to where he's betting almost 220 inside, where he's going to be stuck down here at this level and have to work the same way every time. New point coming. Here we go. 314, new point. There's a 1, 2, 3. Does nothing for a nobody. Another one, back to back ace deuce. And there is, wow, look at this. This is the field roller's dream right here. 5-5, hard 10. 5-5, hard 10. And there finally is something that we can rely on. There's a 6-2-8. Okay, so here, again, this is not going to be a huge difference. This is, again, that 35. We'll do 35. I'll get whites out there. Here we're going to get 29. I'll do it back here, 25, 29. And again, we're going to do the same move. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We're going to pocket a couple of reds and a white in the front here. Same deal. We're going to go. Now we could do something a little more aggressive if you wanted to, right? This, because we have options and more betting power here, this guy really could do something like this. He can actually put both the 6 and 8 up by 12 each. And get his 5 and 9 up by just 1 each. Instead of doing a straight 22, he can press a little bit more aggressively because he's got the buying power to do so. Now he's at a was he at 25? He's at 42 and 40. Interesting, right? Having that extra juice per shooter really does help a little bit. There's our 7. Now it hurts him worse. Hurts him worse because here we're going to lose. Again, this guy knows he's losing $100 no matter what, right? One of his shots costs $100. He never did collect, but a couple of dollars. Let's get all this out of here. I'm going a little slow today with my hands here. All right, there's your 7 off. The effect of the rack is this. Both players still have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 shooters left. However, because this guy locked earlier, right, his shooters are still smaller. He wasn't getting as much play out here, as much juice out here. This person here now at 130 per shooter has 400, 500, and what's 30 times 4? 520 out here. He's actually only got $20 in profit, where this guy here, if we replace into his rack what he just lost, I'll get 4 greens for that white, for that red, for that black rather. We replace him, he's got his initial bankroll there, plus $170, $85, right? He's still way over goal with his rack complete again. This guy over here is actually only up $20. But his buying power is higher, right? So there's like a risk reward thing that you have to think about when you're going to reinvest like this, when you're going to do this sort of a compounded interest kind of way of playing. That's the thing. You got this potential reward of higher bet sizes earning you more money out here, right? That buying power is interesting, but over here, you're locking as you go a little more on the regular. So it's an interesting approach, right? Of changing your bet size or not as you play. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take this back and we're going to put the $100 back over here like it was. Let them both play it out with 4 shooters, left and see how they can do. Let's get a new point. That'll be a 4. Oh my God, Waylon, look at the 4s today. Can you believe this? 3, 1, 4 again. Here we go. This guy's going to come in the back with the $100 inside. That's all he can do. This guy in the front is going to do the same basic thing. He's going to go with 35 on the 5 and 9, 30 on the 6 and the 8. Okay, we'll do a 22 inside press. This guy with more money can do more things. Let's do more. Let's hopefully avoid the 7 and do more things. 5, 3, 8. So that'll pay $35. I'm going to pay him like this. We'll do it 35. Actually, I'll get 5 whites for one of those nickels. Okay. And again, for him, we're going to get the insides pressed up by 12. They'll be at 42. The outsides will go to 40. And we'll take back the last little penny. Up in here, it's going to get paid $29. There's 25, 29, and he's just going to go inside. The inside press is all he can really do that's valuable. All right. They're both set. 25. He's going to go to 30. I'm sorry, 30. Right? Yeah, he's at 30 bucks. All right. Whose nickel was that? That's this guy's nickel. All right, here we go. 538 logged in? No, 538. Let's get 3 hits. Can we get 3 hits? Yes, there's a 4 and a 2. That's a 6. Trust me on that. And at 42, that's going to be 50 for 1 for the player in the front. Again, higher bets, higher buying power, right? Here's 35 in the back. So you can see already we have differences here. I'm going to take, with this guy, the 6 and the 8 up to 60. And his 5 and 9 to 45. And he's going to rack 4. He's going to go all in while he can. That's his second hit. Back in here, again, we're going to do the same 22. So we'll take, I think I'll take this back to the rack. And I'll drop from my rack the extras. All right, so we're at 35 on the outsides, and we're at 36 on the 6 and 8. 426 not logged in. Come on, third hit. Let's get 3 hits and down, shall we? Bam, 426. Gotta love that. Got to love that. And here the buying power pays off for the man in front. The man in front, 60 pays 70 bucks, which is fantastic. We can bring him down and see we can almost get back that shooter that we lost. But the buying power helped him out quite a bit. Back in here, he's at 36 to pay 42 in the back. He's not really there where he's recovered that shooter left, but let's get them both back down and turned off is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go back down to the original bets. He was at 30, 30. 35 and 35. And that round earned the guy in the front who was doing the high pressure betting. There's 2 more green chips, by the way. 150 bucks. So he actually goes up a little bit because remember, each shooter for him was 130. If I go ahead and take those 2 greens and get reds for them, I can make him look like 130. He's back to normal. Plus a little bit of profit. Earned his way back on those 3 hits and down. 3 hits and down at that level, way more powerful. Okay, back in here, let's get him back again to his 100 inside. And let's see how does he recover. He's back to his 100. Again, bets will be off here for the next roll. All right, let's get him counted up. Okay, he's at 75, 89. Plus he had collected a green chip earlier, so he's at 89 bucks. If we go back to his rack, we can put those 3 greens in the front. We can take a green from the profit side. And he's back essentially to where he left off the last time. Still has 4 shooters, okay? And they're both working their way back to earning that 5th shooter back. In fact, his 5th shooter's here, his 5th shooter's here. They're both essentially even. If we pulled it all back to the rack, they're both where they were. A little bit of profit here, small profit here. I'm gonna do 1 more shooter's worth, and then we're gonna add the racks up and see where these 2 ended up. Hopefully we get another 3 hits and down. We can really see how this worked out. But we did have 1-7 out, which I think makes it okay. That last roll was a 4-2-6, and I didn't log it in. 4-2-6. I'm gonna roll this until a 7 comes. These bets are off. Let's put the off button out there. Both guys are off. There's a 9. There's a 6. I'm wasting all my good rolls here, but I want to make this proper as you would do it at the casino. 6, 4, 10. If you're doing 3 hits and down or 3 hits and off, you're 3 hits and you're off. You got to play it that way. There's an 8. There's your 7. Okay, 6, 1, 7. Now we'll restart. They'll be on with the puck. Oh, good. The point's going to be a 10. I love it. 6, 4, 10, that's our new point. Here we go, 3 hits and down. If we can get it for these two players, let's go. Same moves as last time, 6, 3, 9. All right, guy in the front's gonna pay for 35 bucks. That's gonna be 50 for 1 in the front, okay? Guy in the back on the 9 is gonna pay 35 bucks. I'm gonna pay him, again, 25, 30, 5. He's gonna do the same thing he always does, the $22 inside, and rack the 12 bucks or 13 bucks. The guy in the front with 50 bucks. I'm gonna make this move. I'm gonna go 66 and 8 and reduce the 5 and 9 down a little bit to make that happen. So now I have 60 here in the middle, and I've got 30 on the ends for him. So I'm gonna make that aggressive move. And again, because I got more money out here, I can do different shit like this. And again, the bankroll becomes your weapon when your bet sizes increase. You got way more options. There's a 10, 5 and a 5, that's a hard 10. Puck will be off. Okay, coming out to a point of 5. I'll put that puck in the back just so that we have the room to see. So far we've had one hit out here. There's a 4-2-6. It's gonna pay 70 bucks in front. We love that. Okay, in the back, these should be, I'm not sure what I did there. These should be 30, not 32. Dumbass. He gets paid 35 in the back. Let's go ahead and give him, I'm gonna pay him like with actual greens and reds. I've got the money over here to have him throw out his 22 bucks to get his inside pressure. He's just gonna go ahead and press up inside like he always does for one more hit. Out here with the 70 bucks, what we're gonna do here is get our 5 and 9 up to 50 each. Everything pays 70, and I've still got, what I got there, 30 bucks left. Let's go ahead and make these two, I'm not gonna I can't power press, I'm not gonna dump into the rack there. Let's go, let's get them up by, I'd like to get more on the 5 and 9. That's all right, we'll leave them here. Let's get them both to 72. I'll just take the $5 back to the rack. $10 back actually. We'll give them, I don't have enough to do it. I'll need to get 5 whites. 5 whites for a red. And let's get these two up to 70, 72. All right, they're at 72 bucks. All right, third hit. This is the money shot right here. Did I mark that up? I did. Yep. Money shot. Come on. Yes, we got the 8. Whew. Sexy, baby. All right. So back here at 36, 42 bucks. And he's going to come all the way down. We're going to bring everything down. Third hit. We did 3 shooters worth. We had 1 7 out. Not the worst thing in the world. We're going to bring the entire set of bets back to the rack. And we'll do a little count up here at the end. So he's gonna all come back. I'll get this all colored up here in a minute. It's gonna be actually a pretty close race here when all is said and done. So for the 6-2-8, which I did not yet mark, 6-2-8, he's got 72. Here's the 84 for that. Let's bring all this back down. All right, a lot of greens out there, which is fantastic. I'm actually gonna make these look like blacks because I can. There's 5 and 3. That's 300 bucks in greens and reds out there. So that's gonna be three blacks for him coming back, plus another 5. That's gonna be a quarter. Oh no, that was his. All right, he's coming back with 300 and change. Let's see how these two players fared, shall we? So the first play, they both bought in for 500. They both won 100 to start with. I'm gonna color the first guy all the way up and see what that extra buying power bought for him. They both played essentially the same strategy. The first guy in the front here that I'm coloring up now had some extra juice. He had some extra things he could do. Does that matter in the grand scheme of things? I think it's going to. I think he got hurt bad on that 7, but I think he recovered it better because, again, he had more money to play with to help him recover. So it's going to take me a hot second here to get these reds all colored out for him. So give me a second. There's... All right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 175 in red. Can't grab things today. There's 175 for the reds. His greens. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 400 in green. Plus the 3 out of the table. So his net here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the 500 that we bought in with. Okay. There's the 100. We're going to call the 100 that we, the initial win. His net out of the 500 is 375, 380, and a bunch of whites. 380, 387. Okay. Not terrible. 387 net. The other player, again, who was very cautious, right? Here's his initial bankroll is easy. Right, here's his $500. We got it right here in the rack. Matter of fact, I can leave it sitting there in the rack. Everything out here is his profit. Let's see what he did profit-wise. This is going to be a closer race than I think you think it is. All right, there's 2 reds. There's 5 reds. There's 75 in red. There's 200 in green. His net is 403. The guy who didn't go heavy actually won more. I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be close. I didn't think he would actually win. Again, here's his 500. Here's his 500. What's left on the table is that. The player who kept it simple, right, reduced his risk and locked and locked and locked every time. Every time we did this, he reset his rack and locked up the profit. This guy reinvested all of his profits and made his per shooter allotment more to give himself more buying power, actually won less. And I think it's because that 1-7 took more of his money, right? It's unfortunate. Well, there's an interesting, although short kind of example of how that could look to manage your rack, either aggressively by reinvesting your wins or passively or conservatively by just pocketing your wins and making sure that you're locking up all the time. Both players are able to increase their bets. Both players are able to attack the table. It's a matter of on subsequent wins and subsequent plays, do you go out there with that higher spread or not? It just really boils down to your personality, if you want to be aggressive or if you're more conservative. And I think it also bleeds into your bankroll, your actual bankroll management as well. If you go to the casino with 500 and you win, let's say 200, on your next trip, are you bringing 700? Or the next trip you're bringing 500 again, looking to win another 200. And it really does change the mindset of how you manage your 401g account, as well as your at the rack, you're at the table bankroll. So there it is. Hope that was enjoyable for you. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you haven't subscribed, please click that button, hit the notification bell so you know what's coming out. And of course, engage with me in the comments of this video. Drop me an email, john@procraps.net. Even better, join our Discord at casinogaming.tv. Highly interactive and love to talk to you one-on-one. That's all for today. Thanks again for watching. I'm John. This is Procraps. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.